Solitaire is typically that default game on every computer for when you're bored and think, shit, I don't have anything else to do. So who would have imagined I'd be here ranking 76 achievements just for Solitaire? Now when I say Solitaire, you're probably thinking of this classic version, which moving forward we're going to refer to as Klondike.
You know, like that company that shit-canned the Choco Taco, and I'm totally not super pissed about that.
But this is Microsoft Solitaire Collection. So on top of Klondike, we also have Spider, Free Cell, Pyramid, and Tri-Peaks. The whole shebang of casual card games. Before we get into the thick of this achievement ranking, let's cover some ground rules. First, I recently passed 100 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. It's not a huge milestone to most, but it means a lot to me. Every like, comment, subscription, and video share is beyond appreciated. On to the actual first rule though. I'm just gonna assume you have a baseline knowledge of how to play these card games, but if you don't, here's a very condensed explanation. Klondike. Get all 4 stacks of cards put up here starting from ace to king. Some cards are hidden face down, under others on the field, some are in this deck you can thumb through. You can only move cards around by placing them on a card 1 number higher than the one you're moving and of an opposite color. Kings go in open spaces. Spider. Clear all the cards by getting them lined up from king all the way down to ace in a single stack. Some cards are hidden under the stacks, some are in this deck. When you click the deck, it randomly throws out a card on each stack. Cards can be put on any card 1 number higher than themselves regardless of color, but chunks of a stack can only move if the suit matches. Free Cell. Kinda like Klondike, get all 4 stacks of cards up here from ace to king, all the cards are already revealed and there's no deck to click through. You have 4 empty cells that you can put cards in as like a storage when you need room to move things around. Cards can be placed on other cards 1 number higher and of the opposite color, and chunks of cards that progress in number can move together, but the more cards you have in the free cells, the less cards you can move at once in a chunk. Pyramid. Gotta clear the whole board of cards shaped like a pyramid. You have to click on 2 cards that add up to 13. But you can't clear cards with other cards overlapping them, so you gotta work from the bottom up. Kings clear themselves and you have a deck to click through. Tri-Peaks. Gotta clear the 3 piles of cards. You'll have a card on the bottom, and you clear cards by clicking on a number higher or a number lower than the one showing. The card you clear takes a spot so you can start a chain. Got a deck to click through to replace the card on the bottom, and you can't clear cards covered by other cards. Did you get all that? Did you take notes? Did you even give a shit? Alright, well, rule number 2. I'm ranking these achievements from least to most painful. Previous videos I made like this I called easiest to hardest, but since I'm considering things like how time-consuming, obscure, or inconvenient an achievement is, I figured a painful scale was more accurate to what I'm doing. Of course, this is all based on my opinion, so if you want to express your own, tell me in the comments below. Next rule, some of Solitaire Collection's achievements are randomly buggy, for better or worse. Some achievements might unlock before they should, and some may not unlock at all when they should. But there's hardly a consistent rhyme or reason that I could track, so I don't really know how to account for that. For the sake of this list, I'm organizing these achievements on the grounds that they unlock when they are supposed to. Just keep in mind that may not be the case in the real world. Finally, I got all this game's achievements before they added the Game Solver feature in an update, which means I had a much longer and harder experience with this game. No homo. As far as I've seen online, the solver works towards getting achievements, meaning this list won't accurately reflect my personal experience, and I had to guess how things would rank if I had a Game Solver available when I did this. Anyways, enough fluff, let's get to the ranking. At the most pain-free spot of number 76 is First One's Free. Flip over your first card. You can just enter any one of the 5 games and flip a face-down card to be face-up. Actually, wait, I lied. All of the cards in Free Cell are already face-up, so I guess don't play Free Cell for this. Play one of the others. Look, it's literally just clicking on a card. Don't overthink it. At 75, we have Came to Play. Play your first daily challenge. You see that daily challenge tab? Yeah, click that. You see those daily challenges? Yeah, click one of that. Boom, achievement. You don't even have to finish it, just start playing one. Now, this upcoming batch of achievements are going to be the menu achievements, so we'll knock them out quick, and honestly, they could be pretty interchangeable with each other. At 74 is Personalized. Change your card back. Just go into the settings and change the picture that's on your deck. Navigating a menu requires intent, whereas flipping a card will just happen. At 73, we have Don't Label Me. Change your profile title. Again, just hop through some menus and change your title to whatever sounds neat and shiny. This is a couple menus deeper than the last, and I don't know if I'm an idiot. I probably am. But I had to look up where to do this. It's in the events page, in case anyone is struggling like me. At 72 is Nice Profile you got there. View another player's profile page. Yeah, almost exactly like the title thing, except now from the events menu, you click on another player in the event and look at their dirty secrets. At 71, we have Came to Win. Win your first daily challenge. Now we're finally finishing a game. Well, kinda. Most daily challenges don't even involve finishing a whole game, just accomplishing a goal during a game. You can pick an easy daily challenge and knock out whatever the ask is in like a minute or two. At 70 is Back in Time. Complete a daily challenge from a prior month. I mean, it's the same as the last one, but now you gotta take an extra step and jump back on the calendar to knock out a challenge. At 69, we have Well Played. Win your first solitaire game. This far in and we're finally completing a whole game. Yeah, pick your poison, pick your difficulty, you can stick with easy if you want, and clear the game. At 68 is Eventgoer. Participate in your first event. When an event is live in the event tab, you just gotta beat one of the challenges to start partaking. Most often you can knock out an easy challenge, but maybe you happen to log in at the wrong time and find an expert-only event. Then you're either taking the hard way out or just waiting a day or two for a new event to pop up. At 67, we have Aces High. Clear 3 aces from the board in a sequence without using the stockpile. What the hell does that mean? Well, the achievement weirdly fails to specify this, but this is specific to a game of Tri-Peaks. This means clearing 3 aces without clicking on the deck to cycle in a new card. So, for example, you may have a king showing, and you click an ace, then you click a 2, then another ace, then another 2, then a third ace, having never clicked on the deck during that sequence. Now, this may sound pretty luck-based and require some strategic planning, but there's actually a specific level in the Tri-Peaks segment of the Star Collection tab that has the perfect setup, with 3 aces and 2 kings showing, so you can easily get this. At 66 is There's a Timed Mode? Play a game of Pyramid with a timer turned on. I'm running out of things to say. These early ranks aren't exactly the fucking Da Vinci codes. Go to settings, turn on a timer, play a game of Pyramid. Easy stuff. At 65 we have First of Many. Gain a level in any game. So as you play one of the card games, do daily challenges, Star Club levels, etc., you gain experience and level up for that game type. If you're playing easy games, this might take a couple games, or you can play one higher difficulty game and level up. I mean, for this one, it's a single level, so that'll be extremely quick. At 64 is Careful Excavation. Remove at least 3 cards in a row using only the stockpile and Pyramid. This means take 3 cards off the table in a row that aren't from the actual Pyramid, which is easy as shit. You just thumb through the pile and click kings, click both cards shown below when they add up to 13. You can even clear a pair and then use 1 card from the stockpile below and clear it with a Pyramid card. That'll still trigger the 3 in a row. Deceptively simple. 3 in a row is a literal cakewalk, and the only reason I put this one even this high is just based on understanding what it's even asking. At 63 we have Treasure Chamber. Remove cards from the Pyramid using the top 3 cards of the waste pile. The waste pile are the cards showing on the bottom on the right side, meaning you make 3 pairs in a row with each pair being a card from the Pyramid and a card from this right waste pile. Since there's an undo button, you can flip every card onto the waste side and essentially play the game backwards. If your top waste card can match on the Pyramid, click them and hope the next 2 waste cards in a row can too. If not, you just undo and undo and undo until you get that 3 in a row. Although very easy, this is probably the first achievement here that you technically gotta use more brain power than your average shovel. At 62 is Gimme 5. Play the daily challenges 5 days in a row. Luckily, you don't have to worry about checking in on the game for 5 consecutive real-life days. Past challenges count towards this, so you can do any 5 challenges over a 5-day course and earn this. At 61, we have Jack of All Trades. Play 1 game of Klondike, Free Cell, Spider, Tri-Peaks, and Pyramid. Pretty self-explanatory, just play a game from each game mode. At 60 is XP Chaser. Complete a game on hard difficulty on a day that bonus XP is available for that game. Okay, so right here, starting now, I'm getting into the batch of achievements that don't relate to my experience because nowadays they can easily be obtained with a new game solving feature. For XP Chaser, there will be a game mode or 2 every day that has an experience boost notice above them. Beating whatever game mode has that boost on at least hard difficulty will unlock this. Getting through a game on hard difficulty may not be the first thing you manage as a beginner, but it's definitely nowhere near a crazy obstacle. Especially now that there's a game solver which makes completing a game of any difficulty completely automatic. At 59 we have Dig, Dig, Dig. Win a 3-board game of Pyramid on hard difficulty or higher. This just means when a pyramid of cards is completed, you'll jump right into a second and then a third. It's kind of like doing 3 quick pyramid games back to back, but it all counts as 1 game. Again, if you use the game solver, hard difficulty makes no difference in how easy this is. At 58 is Elite Gamer. Win game number 1337 from the options menu in Free Cell. So the whole game number thing is unique to Free Cell games, pretty much like a seed generator. You can go into the options and put in a number, essentially like a code, and it'll load a very specific Free Cell game with a predetermined layout of cards. That means if I put in game number 1337 and you put in number 1337, we'll get the exact same game of free cell. Because this means the game isn't random, you can look up a solution for game number 1337 online. At 57 we have Back in My Day. Win a hard difficulty Klondike game from the Retro Star Club collection. This is a little more specific in that you can't just jump into a random Klondike game and solve it. You have to dig through a couple menus first and specifically dig up a hard Klondike game from the Star Collection tab. Aside from that, I'm really running out of ways to say the same thing over and over, but differently. Just use a guide and done deal. At 56 is Perfectionist. Win an expert difficulty game in any classic game mode without using an undo. Having an undo button to reverse that last bonehead move comes in handy, especially on an expert difficulty game. Of course, it's all a moot point when you can use the game solver to carry all the weight. At 55 we have Mastering the Art. Win a master difficulty game in any of the 5 classic games. This would be challenging if it weren't for the game solver. At 54 is Grandmastering the Art. Win a Grandmaster difficulty game in any of the 5 classic games. This would be challenging if it weren't for the game solver. At 53 we have Two-Piece Silk Suit. Win a 2-suit game of Spider. Spider games tend to take the longest, especially when you start to multiply the number of card suits you must account for in a stack. Still, just a solver knockout, but a slightly longer one. At 52 is 4-Piece Silk Suit. Win a 4-suit game of Spider. This was a bitch of a time for me. If you try to do it legit, you're in for a brain strain as you try to organize 4 different card suits into stacks to clear them. There's still an exploit where there's only a finite number of solvable games it can generate in a 4-suit game, so you could look up a guide for a specific game layout and reload the game over and over and over until you end up with that same one. That being said, nowadays we have a game solver. At 51 we have Guard Duty. Win a game where you never have more than 7 cards in a column at any one time in free cell. Finally, we have something you can't always rely on the game solver for, because there's no guarantee it won't try to put over 7 cards in a column as part of the fastest solution. Although, like I mentioned earlier, free cell games have specific numbers assigned to them to determine card layouts. So you could look up a guide by mimicking their game number online and following the steps they take to achieve this achievement. At 50 is On Parole. Win a game where you never had more than 2 cards in the cells at any given time in free cell. Just like the last one, the solver isn't going to come in handy here. However, since free cell games can be replicated, they can have online guides made for them, so follow one of those. At 49 we have Yuck, Random. Win a random difficulty game of Klondike. Just as the description says, you don't know how difficult the game will be. It can range anywhere from easy as balls to hard as balls. The twist is that you could get a game that is unsolvable, but the solution to that is to keep starting new games until you get one that is. At 48 is Ice Castle. Play the Jack, Queen, and King of the same suit to the foundation with no moves in between in Klondike. Holy crap, this is the very first achievement where you have to slightly think. Solver won't help here, you can't look up a guide, and it requires doing more than just playing or finishing games. That being said, it's still stupid easy. Play a Klondike game until you have only the royal cards left, then pick Spade, Heart, Club, or Diamond and leave your choice for last. Clear every other card. Then you'll be able to do Jack, Queen, and King for the final suit in a row without other moves in between, and it's an easy solve. Only slightly more effort than clearing a normal game. At 47 we have Tough But Fair. Win an easy, medium, hard, and expert difficulty game in any one of the 5 classic games. This is child's play with the solver. This just ranks above the other solver achievements because now you have to play 4 whole games instead of just 1. At 46 is Mining for Gold. Use 5 or more cards in the waste pile before making another draw in Klondike. Not gonna lie, this one's very slightly annoying. So when you click the deck up top to reveal a card, that revealed card is the waste pile. You have to play 5 cards in a row from that pile before clicking the deck to reveal a new card again. This is another reverse engineer task. Do whatever you can with the cards on the field already, then thumb all the way through the deck so that everything is in the waste pile. Then hope the random order has 5 cards that can be played in some way. If not, clicking undo essentially plays the deck backwards for you. This may take a couple of tries for the cards to align, but it's not that crazy. At 45 we have Become a Star. Complete an entire pack of challenges in the Star Club. Through the Star Club tab you can pick a collection of level packs, then you just gotta complete all the games listed in a single pack. That's about 10 games to complete, and you can pick an easy pack with all easy games to knock out. At 44 is Peak Jumper. Clear a board where your last 3 cards cleared were at the top of each peak and tri-peaks. This is kinda luck based, but not so much that it'll go beyond a few games at most to unlock. Pretty self-explanatory. Save the last face-down card in each card peek for last. Doesn't have to be in one go, so the more of your deck you have left to flip through at the bottom, the more cards you have access to that could be within one number of the peaks, and thus, the more likely you'll be able to get this. It's not hard, just save those 3 for last and let the game play out. At 43 we have They Made Me Do It. Clear a board and try peaks with the pyramid card back applied. Sounds simple, but the biggest step for this achievement is going to be unlocking the pyramid card back. You can level up in each individual game mode by doing challenges, finishing games, everything will give EXP for that game mode. Once you hit level 10 in pyramid, you can equip the pyramid back, and that shouldn't take too long at all. Levels 1 through 10 are the quickest to progress through. Just remember, you have to clear a board and try peaks with the pyramid skin, not a game of pyramid with the pyramid skin. There's kind of a brainwash there. At 42 is Double Level Up. Gain a level in any 2 consecutive games played after you're already level 10 or higher. Okay, so let's break this down a bit. First, play a game in a game type that you're already at least level 10 in, and then level up after that game. Then in the very next game, play another round, either in the same game mode or another one that you're at least level 10 in, and earn a level up again after that second game. The wording is probably more confusing than anything. Just get 2 level ups in a row in only 2 games that you're both level 10 plus in. So the next 5 achievements can be arranged in any order depending on your personal preference, because they're all pretty much the same task but for each game type. I ranked these based on my preferred game being less painful and my least favorite game being more painful. At 41 we have Low Altitude, clear 10 Try Peaks boards. Self-explanatory, but also keep in mind that Star Club levels and daily challenges don't count towards these. You need to play the unfiltered raw deal from the main menu. At 40 is Mummy's Boy, clear 10 pyramid boards. At 39 we have Snowfall Success, win 10 Klondike games. At 38 is Get Out of Jail Free, win 10 free cell games. And then at 37 we have Itsy Bitsy Spider, win 10 Spider games. Spider is my least favorite of the card games. The games tend to last like 5 to 6 minutes, whereas others are 2 to 3 minutes, and it's not engaging. It's like playing a 100-card pickup. At 36 is Become an Aficionado. Reach level 25 or beyond in Klondike, Spider, Free Cell, Pyramid, or Try Peaks. Pick a game mode of your choice and then play games and do challenges until you see that EXP bar hit level 25. This is a more intriguing example of where the game solver helps make this process easier too. The higher difficulty of the game you clear, the more EXP you score. So obviously just hashing out Grandmaster difficulty games back to back and letting the solver do all the work leads to some mad EXP. You're probably looking at just over a dozen games to hit 25 if you're being halfway efficient. And even if you're a sloppy card slapper, it still won't take all that long. At 35 we have Good to Be King. Play a game of Try Peaks and Pyramid in which a king was the last card removed to clear the board. This is purely luck based. With Pyramid you can at least see the very top card of the pyramid, and if it's not a king, quit out and retry. Rinse and repeat. Try Peaks is a little more annoying because all of the cards are face down, so you have to play through most of a game before you can tell if a king is one of the last cards, but at least you got 3 chances at it. Of course you also have to have a queen or ace available at the bottom to clear it, so it's not that hard, but the luck factor can be a nuisance. At 34 is Expedition Leader. Take 14 cards off the board in a row without using the stock and Try Peaks. More luck-based stuff. You gotta rack up a sick combo of 14 cards without using your deck. I'm sure there's probably a specific Star Club level you could do this easily on. It's also just bound to happen eventually after playing enough Try Peak games, but the uncertainty of its possibility on each game is what led me to place it up here. At 33 we have Playing the Odds. Complete all the odd-numbered challenges in an event before playing the even-numbered challenges. Kind of an interesting one you gotta pay attention to here. Join an event and only complete challenge 1, 3, 5, and so on. Hopefully you don't have like 30 challenges on the event you pick. Then once all the odd number challenges are done, jump into any even one. So pretty much do half of an event, but in this weird arbitrary order. The pain here varies depending on the event you get. For example, an event with a few easy games will go much smoother than an event with several hard and expert ones. At 32 is Event Aficionado. Complete all the challenges in an event. Again, how difficult or long this takes depends on the event you sign up for. Sometimes it's just 10 to 15 easy challenges. Sometimes you get 5 to 10 expert challenges. Most often you get a mix of all difficulties. If you can't figure out all the challenges in the event you jump into, You do have the option of waiting for the next event, but that means waiting at least a day or two in real life. There are guides being uploaded every day for events and whatnot by YouTuber Marcela Martinez. This person is a godsend, and I couldn't have gotten this 100% completion without their guidance. So show them some love if you decide to tackle these achievements. That being said, relying on someone to upload new guides every day isn't the best option. Appreciate them while you can, but one day they could just up and stop. Then it's all up to the player to figure things out on their own. At 31 we have Marathon. Come back each day of an entire month and complete at least one daily challenge. You don't have to worry about actually logging onto the game every day over the course of a real life month. You can go back and do a past month on the calendar. Just finish one challenge for each day out of the month. This means you're looking at completing 30 to 31 different games, or at least partial games, in order to complete the given challenge at hand. Or you can big brain it and go jump back to a previous non-leap year February. Then you only have 28 challenges to kill. That's what we call a pro tip. You're welcome. That shit's not free. Now you have to subscribe. At 30 is Flipping Out. Flip over 10,000 cards. Every game, except Free Cell, will help contribute to this. I think this makes sense near the middle of this pain list because on one hand, 10,000 is a pretty big number no matter what the context is. On the other hand, you don't have to strain your brain to achieve this. It's only a matter of time, and if you're playing the game naturally, you will eventually get this. At 29 we have Always Invited. Participate in every event in a month. This one you actually do have to pay attention to and clock in over the course of a real life month. And thus from here on out, we really are getting to painful territory on this list. The events pop in and out every couple of days, and you only have to clear one challenge in every event to count as participated. If you have an expert-only event, it'll be a dick of a time, but of course the dedication to checking in every couple of days is the thorn in the side here. At 28 is Entangled. Win a game of Spider Solitaire by first drawing all of the extra cards before making a move. Damn, this one. That solver isn't going to help you here, newbies, because it'll undo all the card draws needed to get this. First of all, you have to be lucky enough that your game of Spider is even solvable after doing every draw. Then you have to have the mental fortitude to sort out the mess of cards puked out in front of you. This will take a good few tries, and this is the first achievement on this list I would call hard. I don't really know an easy way through this other than trial and error, so just keep at it. And for the love of your sanity, do not try this on anything more than a single suit game. At 27 we have Classic Speedrun. Get your fastest win times in Klondike, Spider, and Free Cell to add up to 10 minutes or less. Pretty self-explanatory. Now Klondike and Free Cell are pretty easy to do around the 2-minute mark each if you get a good game. But as is the theme with all of these achievements, anything involving Spider will take the longest and be the most tedious. Clearing a Spider game under 6 minutes is a pain, especially if you're trying to squeeze out every spare second to get all 3 times at 10 minutes or less. You'll have to run through multiple games for all 3 game modes and play quicker and quicker than a quick-ass guy who's quick. It's hard, but it does get you engaged to want to reach that record. At 26 is Expert Hunter. Complete an Expert Event Challenge, Daily Challenge, and Star Club Challenge during the same day. An Expert Daily Challenge and Star Club Challenge are simple enough. You can always select a previous Daily Challenge and Star Club Challenge at any given time, and there are guides accessible online to walk you through the difficulty that comes with that. It's the Event Challenge that will get in the way. You'll have to wait until an event is live that has an Expert Challenge present. They aren't always there. And then you have to solve it. Again, as I write this, Marcela Martinez is uploading video guides daily for events as they go live in real time, but how long will they share that generosity in the future? At 25 we have Call the Expert. Reach level 50 or beyond in Klondike, Spider, Free Cell, Pyramid, or Tri-Peaks. These level up ones are really hard for me to gauge now that the game has a game solver that exists. The leveling of game modes was considerably longer during my playthrough because I couldn't consistently clear the highest difficulty games. I had to settle for easier games for consistency, but less EXP. After playing 3 consecutive games, an opportunity arises to play a special bronze bonus game, which will give a generous heap of EXP. After getting this bronze bonus, you can play 3 more games and do a silver bonus game for an even bigger EXP dump. And then 3 more games later, you can do a gold bonus game for a considerably larger EXP dump. Then 3 more games after that, and you get a ludicrous flow of EXP from a diamond bonus game. Then after that, all of your games have double EXP for like the next 7 days or something like that. As best as I've tested, a regular Grandmaster game cleared will provide around half a level up for all the levels after 10. And a double EXP Grandmaster game will roughly be 1 level up per game. Balancing out the EXP you'll earn from the bonus games and any other daily challenges, star clubs, and whatnot you may be juggling. And I think it's safe to say that the level number is pretty close to the number of games needed to achieve it. So hitting level 50 in a game mode, let's call it roughly 50 games at the highest difficulty of dedicated EXP chasing. At 24 is Masterful. Reach level 75 or beyond in Klondike, Spider, Free Cell, Pyramid, or Tri-Peaks. Same logic as the last, but now we're calling it roughly 75 games to get near level 75. Obviously, that'll take longer than level 50. At 23, we have Aficionado of All Trades. Reach level 25 or beyond in Klondike, Spider, Free Cell, Pyramid, and Tri-Peaks. 25 sounds smaller than 75, right? So I must be a blasted buffoon to put this achievement here. Well, check that verbiage in the achievement again. You have to reach level 25 in all 5 game modes, not just the one of your choice. That's a total of 125 level ups, and you have to divert your attention across all the games. You can't just neglect that obviously boring ass game. Spider. Even then, as previously mentioned, level ups from 1 to 10 come much quicker, and 25 per game isn't that absurd to achieve naturally, so if you're going for the longer tasks in this game, you'll come across this. At 22 is Become a Superstar. Complete an entire collection of challenges in the Star Club. This just means playing a lot of games in the Star Club tab. You can see the different collections, pick one of your choosing. I strongly recommend the Easy collection, where the challenges are all easy, and then knock them all out. Even if you're picking the Easy collection, the pain comes with facing about 80 challenges to work through, so it's fairly tedious. You can melt your mind and go for all in one sitting, or break it up and maybe knock out like 10 a day over the course of 8 days, or, whatever. I don't do what you want, I don't give an ass. At 21, we have Go for the Bronze. Win 12 bronze daily challenge badges. As you do daily challenges for a month, you fill up this meter at the bottom. The harder the daily challenge cleared, the more the meter fills. And if you complete all 5 challenges in a single day, you'll get an additional boost to the meter on top of that. When you fill the meter once, you'll get a bronze badge for that month. I simply did easy and medium difficulty challenges, didn't even clear a whole day, and I got bronze badges after finishing somewhere between 13 and 15 daily challenges in a month. So do that for 12 different months, and you're looking at about 156 to 180 partial games to clear. At 20 is Diamonds Are Forever. Win a Diamond Daily Challenge badge. There are achievements for silver and gold badges, but they'll actually be popping up later in this list, and I'll explain why when we get there. To get a Diamond Daily Challenge badge, you have to complete most of the daily challenges in an entire month. My only Diamond Daily badge is actually on a month where I cleared every single challenge anyways, so I kinda have to guess a little bit to gauge how many challenges are needed for Diamond. I'd personally put it around 110 or 120. Of course, if you do this on a month where you already earned a bronze badge, then you already got 13 to 15 challenges out of the way to stack towards this progress. You only have to get the 1 diamond badge, and guides do exist online for historical months, so you can look up help for the harder daily challenges that'll be left to power through. At 19, we have Strive for Perfection. Complete every daily challenge in a month, the final step beyond the diamond badge. Every month has either 150 or 155 daily challenges to clear. Again, unless you pick February. Remember, use that beautiful big brain of yours. At this rate, I'm ranking these daily challenge related achieves based on the increasing number of challenges you'll have to take on, thus each one of these being more tedious than the last. Keep in mind, you can stack this on the same month that you got the diamond badge on, so that 110 to 120 will stack and contribute most of the way to this. At 18 is Perfect Past. Get perfect in a prior month in daily challenges. You would be mad not to do this at the same time as the last one, Strive for Perfection. The last one can be achieved by doing the current real life month, but below that noise, just do a prior month and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. At 17 we have Perfect 10. Complete all challenges in 10 events. For this, you're waiting over most of a real life month to access 10 events, since you can't go back and play past events. Again, each event lasts 2 to 3 days before the next one starts, and if you get hit with an event heavy on the expert challenges or some other event you can't complete, then you're just waiting even more real life time. Once more, enjoy the videos from Marcelo Martinez while you can. At 16 is Bored Yet. Clear 100 boards from Tri-Peaks or Pyramid. I put this above the previous daily challenge entries because those daily challenges are mostly partial games, and this is the first one to require at least 100 fully completed games from start to finish. Luckily, both Tri-Peaks and Pyramid add up to contribute here. You could do 50 Tri-Peaks and 50 Pyramid, 75 of one and 25 of the other, whatever adds up to 100 across both game modes. At 15 we have King of the Hill. Win 100 games of Klondike, Spider, or Free Cell. Similarly, you just need to hit 100 completed games across all 3 game modes. You can do 33, 33, and 34, you could do 75, 25, and 25, whatever you like, go nuts. Now the next batch of achievements are going to be nearly identical to ranks 41 through 37, where you can really put them in any order you want, but I listed them based on my game mode preference. 14 is Extreme Altitude, clear 100 Tri-Peaks boards. 13 is Golden Pharaoh, clear 100 Pyramid boards. 12 is Blizzard of Bliss, win 100 Klondike games. 11 is Alcatraz Escape, win 100 Free Cell games. And cracking in at the top 10 of pain is Web Surfing, win 100 Spider games. Very fitting, as even just doing a few games of Spider is boring, let alone slogging through 100 damn games, which easily put my mind in a catatonic Solitaire zombie zone. At 9 we have Expert of All Trades, reach level 50 or beyond in Klondike, Spider, Free Cell, Pyramid, and Tri-Peaks. Another one that needs leveling across the board for all 5 game modes. At least it gets you to mix things up a little bit, and you are earning progress while doing all the other random crap. It's still 250 total level ups, but a lot of progress will be made before you have to dedicate attention to this specifically. At 8 we have Call Me Grandmaster. Reach level 100 or beyond in Klondike, Spider, Free Cell, Pyramid, or Tri-Peaks. Now is that part where you gotta pick a game mode of your choosing and grind away at it. Game after game, round after round of chipping away at that level count. Believe me, this was hell before the game solver. I'm seriously jealous about the amount of time that game solver will save newcomers. At 7 is Blinged Out. Earn at least 100 total event bracelets. Event bracelets are like mini achievements you earn while doing events. Every event will at minimum have 2 bracelets possible, one for getting 500 points from cleared challenges, and one for clearing every challenge in an event. Events with several challenges will have more available, such as 1 bracelet for every 1,000 points, 1 bracelet for clearing 10 challenges of the same game mode in an event, expert dash bracelets, which we will talk about later, and there are bracelets for completing 50 challenges of the same difficulty that progress across multiple events. But then there's also some bracelets that don't count towards this achievement, like ranking as a top finisher or some other special ones. It's frustrating, and you're only getting a small handful of bracelets every event. Hell, if you can get 5 from a single event, that's pretty sweet. Racking up towards that ask for 100 takes a lot of real life time passing, because you're limited on the number of bracelets available to you at any given time. This requires waiting for new events to cycle in every couple of days and doing your best. This is probably going to take a couple of real-world months to slowly whittle away at. At 6 we have Go for the Silver, win 10 Silver Daily Challenge badges. Now we're back to daily challenges, but why does 10 Silver rank all the way up here? On my personal numbers, a Silver badge came around anywhere between 35 to 40 daily challenges being cleared. Now multiply that by 10, and you're looking at 350 to 400 daily challenges. Let's even play devil's advocate. Let's say you go to those 12 bronze badges from earlier, so we'll subtract that previously made progress. You're still looking at around 170 additional challenges on the low ball, and another 244 challenges on a bad day. That shit's just tedious, man. Stacking the numbers like that makes the goal unreachable for probably most people. Now into the top 5. At number 5 is Go for the Gold. Win 8 gold daily challenge badges. A lot of the logic from the previous entry on silver badges will apply here. My average was 70 challenges in a month to get 1 gold. 70 times 8 is a depressingly high total of 560. Yes, a silver badge gets you a little over halfway to a gold, but let's still not pretend that this doesn't suck ass. At 4 we have Grandmaster of Bronze. Reach level 200 or beyond in Klondike, Spider, Free Cell, Pyramid, or Tri-Peaks. This was the very last achievement I got, personally, from Microsoft Solitaire Collection, so it'll hold a place in my heart for being the final hurdle. And maybe a little bit of that is snuck in through the form of bias ranking it this high. Still, you can't argue that playing a single game mode over and over a couple hundred times to get level 200 is a cakewalk. I mean, in terms of difficulty, sure, this is technically easy, but how time-consuming and monotonous this requirement is will turn your brain into pudding. But not like tasty pudding, like chocolate pudding or bread pudding. It's more like dick pudding. Your brain is dick pudding. At 3 is One with the Dash. Collect one of each game's Expert Dash bracelets. I mentioned these in passing earlier, and man, there's a few things to unpack here. That means you need to do an Expert Klondike, Expert Spider, Expert Free Cell, Expert Pyramid, and Expert Tri-Peaks Challenge, each of them under 5 minutes. First, you have to hope that there's an event in the near future that offers an Expert Challenge for one of the game modes you need. Again, we're back to wading through a real-life calendar for this to even be possible. And then the elephant in the room, you have to clear 5 Expert level challenges, and fast. I barely clear easy spider games in under 5 minutes, let alone expert ones. And if you miss one, be prepared to wait until the events decide to cycle in the expert game mode you need again. This one's hard, it's luck-based, and it involves waiting real-life periods of time. At number 2, we have Welcome to Puppytown. Earn a 4,000 point bracelet in events. Very few events will have enough challenges to even reach 4,000 possible points. From what I can tell, there's maybe 2 or 3 events a month that reach this point total. That might even be overly generous. And it'll require doing like 20 challenges, spanning from easy to expert to get those 4,000 points. This is on par with the Expert Dash entry in my opinion. Really, they could be interchangeable because you're looking at the same logic. Difficult games with a sizable waiting period IRL. And finally, the most painful achievement in Microsoft Solitaire Collection. Rank number 1 goes to the achievement Dragonslayer. Earn a 10,000 point bracelet in events. Take what I said about Puppytown and jack it up to the extreme. You want to know how often events appear that offer this many points? There was one on December 28th, 2021, May 29th, 2022, May 28th, 2023, and September 5th, 2023, which, not to date this video, but that was actually just yesterday at the time I'm writing this. So only 4 opportunities in the last 3 years. That's fucking crazy, dude. Now, there may be a little consistency with these beefy point events appearing in late May to honor Solitaire's anniversary, so you better mark that shit on your calendar and struggle through a difficult 30-game-long event. If making an achievement as rare as a holiday doesn't brew agony in your completionist soul, I don't know what the hell will. While we close this chapter of Solitaire, I'd like to end this video with something everybody loves. A good old tier list. I'm going to rank the games I've previously done achievement ranking videos for on this pain scale and update it as I tackle future games. If you're interested in seeing these previous games, they are up on my channel. My first ever achievement ranking video was for Rage, so I don't know, it's the first one. Had a couple annoyances, but really wasn't that bad to complete. We'll kind of just throw that up here. Next was Borderlands. Amazing game, but man did the last few achievements get grindy and boring. Definitely more painful than Rage. Uncharted Drake's Fortune. Didn't enjoy this game anywhere near as much as Borderlands. Not a bad game, but the fact that Borderlands was insanely fun made the completion process a lot more bearable. Whereas Uncharted was difficult, it took several playthroughs, and all around was more painful than Borderlands. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the 2019 game, was actually a very easy game to 100%. The one achievement tied to the Spec Ops mode was shit awful, but putting that one aside, easily the least painful game to complete out of this little bunch. And finally, Microsoft Solitaire Collection will dominantly reign supreme as the most painful out of this group. The first maybe 66% of this game was effortless, but for how time-consuming and dreadful and committing it was to a real-life schedule at the end, I mean, yeah, this will be staying near the top of the pain scale for a while. I know there's worse out there, I've done worse, but I would never consider tackling this game again. If you guys like this video, let me know by liking, clicking that subscribe button, and tell me what games I should complete 100% and rank next in the comments down below. I love you all for doing that, and I will catch you all next time.